Aries. Welcome back to Medicine Tarot. How are you? Sorry, I've been talking. August 2020. We're gonna sound the gong and center ourselves and get ready to receive some fun new messages, okay? It helps me more than anything. Aries, you're in a good place. You are. You're in a good place, and you're coming out of lack of choice, lack of the feeling that you don't have a lot of choice or something. You're coming out of something, like coming out of waiting or not even waiting, but just no movement in August, okay? You're coming out of that. There is as I figured, there is a sense that a relationship has ended, and that's a good thing. Well, this relationship has ended, this opportunity has ended, and that's a good thing because guess what? When one door closes, another one opens. And I love that saying because it's so damn true, but it's so hard to actually inhabit that feeling. We don't always feel like one door closing opens another. That is not how we feel. But in August, you feel that way. Okay? Good. Good. Okay, you're in a space too, like when we're talking about your inner thoughts, your private thoughts, your secret thoughts, they're right there. That's your subcortical connecting to your cortical. And there is a part of you, I'm just going to say this, you guys. There's some of you out there, many of you who are listening to this, who it's funny because I feel like you're trying to find in a man things that your father didn't have, which sounds like daddy issues, but I do not like that word. I think it's disrespectful. But there is this weird subconscious where you're like, the man that I want. And if you really look at the man that you want, there is what some of the most important qualities that you're looking for are actually not a reflection of who your dad was. Maybe you're looking for someone who is more financially stable, more tall, more tall, dark, and handsome, but your dad's blonde, right? Like something along the nature of you trying to compensate for something that you didn't like from your past with the partner that you're getting. Is that bad? Hell no, girl. I also don't want there's things that I saw in my dad and I'm like, I don't like that. I definitely don't want to marry that kind of whatever it is, right? But I want you to be careful with that because I think what it does is it creates, when you do meet that person has all these qualities, your judgment becomes impaired. And when the judgment becomes impaired, aka the subcortical starts talking to the cortical, you lose your power because you stop making decisions. I don't know how better to explain that. You lose your power. You stop making decisions. Your judgment becomes different than usually you're super smart, you get it, you're on it, you're fucking down, you get it. But then something happens. I'm talking to singles. That happen, and so now you're in this space where another relationship didn't work out, and you're like, what's wrong? you know, like, but you don't want to say that out loud. And don't say it out loud. If you go to your friends, they're going to be like, maybe you're a man, blah, blah, blah. And they don't fucking know. They're also single and confused, or whatever it may be, or they're married to someone they hate, or they're happily married ever after, but that's not your path, so you end up comparing yourself. Stop. You need to rest, and you need to rest. Just rest. Go on a vacation, COVID vacation, whatever that means for you. Really relax. Really relax. Because I think that when you get really honest with yourself, Sorry, hold on. When you get really, really, really honest with yourself, you will see it clear as day. And I just got so excited because I saw you having the biggest aha moment of all time forever that could change the trajectory of your relationships in the future. I feel like you're going to be like, oh my God, that's what I've been doing or whatever, right? You haven't been doing anything wrong, but it just doesn't work. Something doesn't work about it. And who cares about those idiots that you're not with anymore? Who cares? The point is, you're going to have the biggest aha moment of your entire life, but I want you to be in a space that's quiet, and I want you to be in a space that's happy, and I want you to ask for the answers, and your brain and your higher self will feed you the answer. Don't worry, because being anxious about answer is not. Have more fun in that process, because I feel like, here, look, remember this hangman? We just pulled it. Here it is again. That's you having the biggest aha moment and moving forward. After you were stuck in this continuous pattern of losing relationships, whatever. I don't want to call it that, but that's fine. Right? Like breaking up, right? And here's the star. This healing underneath the father and the father healing and the rest, and you coming into decisions. It's time to come into decisions, but decisions, like, that's just, I don't want you to think about decisions. At the end of August, when you have your aha moment, however that happens, whenever that happens, write it down. Maybe you need to talk to a person who actually works in, reach out to someone potentially, but don't do it with your friends. If you've been seeing the same therapist for a long time, say, what do you think my problem is? Do you think I have a problem? Like, be ready. Be ready, because the answers are coming. That's it. The season for you to get your wishes is coming. I just got goosebumps all over my body. It's something is connected to the way you relate. Sorry, I'm going to say this. Something is connected to the way you were relating to your father that is being mirrored in some way or another in your relationships now, but it's not in the way you think. That's what I see. That's what I feel. I take pride and caution, extreme caution in the words that I speak with people in this capacity. I'm telling you, it may not be in the way that you think. And you might be like, wait, I love my dad. I have no issues with him. That's not the point. It's not about issues and problems and terror and karma and wounds. No. It's done. I'm done speaking with that. Blah, blah, blah. This is the point, right? Okay. You want to move forward with passion, and you want to manifest, my darling, and you will. But this repetitive, I say repetitive, but this lack of passion, there is a lack of passion when it comes to, I'll say it like this, following the sun. You follow sparks, babe. You follow some fires. You follow sparks and fires. You know, quick hits. You don't follow the sun because you're not in relationship with the feeling of sun in this area because it's been a damn minute. So it's almost like you forgot that energy, but that's okay because you are totally you're still on your path. You're still going to hit your mark. Don't worry. I'm just telling you, you're following sparks. Why? Because you're human. Whatever. Two of Cups. That's that partner, life partner. What about them? Temperance. You remember when I said 2 seconds ago you're following sparks? Balancing out that energy, balancing something out brings in your soulmate, right? I hate that word, but there you go. You got to close that cycle. Something's got to end with the spark chaser. And I don't want you to sit there and be like, oh my God, she's right. I've been fucking up this whole time. No, you have not. You have not been fucking up. You have been alive, acting from learned experiences, intelligence, intuition. You've been having fun too. Let's get real. And nothing has been lost. But it's time to close that cycle. You feel it in every single fiber of your being. I guarantee you. And you are now needing to make a decision. Make a decision. Here I have decision. 3 decisions. Forget all these cards that fell out. We'll read those too, but right? Let's read them. Let me say it like this. If you're still with me, I can clear this up for you real quick, but it's what I always say to my clients in coaching sessions. I can tell you all the answers right when I meet you after I talk to you and I figure things out with what's happening for you. I can give you all the answers point blank, write it down, we're done. That's not how it works, unfortunately. It takes a minute for you to start, the word is self-regulating differently, to recognize, to see the quote-unquote error or the misidentification. For example, let's say that you always fall in love with someone and they seem fucking amazing and then they just bounce. Let's pretend. They just leave. And that's happened a few times. So then you listen to YouTube people and they're like, you're attracting emotionally unavailable people because your daddy hated you and because your life sucks. And then you're like, wait a minute, my dad doesn't hate me. I actually have a great relationship with my father. That's bullshit. Okay. It's not plain and simple. The way our emotions are tied up is a little bit different. And so you may have a good relationship with your father. But the fact that, for example, you didn't learn, he never respected you, right? Like he could have been a great dad, but when it comes to the way he showed respect for you as a woman, it was always like, oh yeah, whatever, da 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 da. Do what your father says. Your father's the man of the house and he needs to be respected, right? It could have just been that. And so now that you're walking into these relationships and you're meeting these men, you're attracted to someone who's powerful, whatever it may be. Someone who's outgoing even though you're shy, shit like that. Let's say that that's the case. And they start, for example, minutely, energetically disrespecting you. That's not a fucking bell. That bell doesn't go off. You actually feel the need to get closer to them. That may be this pattern. That may be what you need to heal. That's it. Like, it could be that simple. And it probably is for you. That was literally it. And you need to hear it and rock and roll. Here we go. Press thumbs up. Subscribe. But really, like, there is a big aha moment. Maybe you don't need me. You don't need me. Right? I'm telling you, there's something's percolating. Phew! I'm excited because you're closing something out in order to get your wish. Let's call it that, sure. You ready to rise to a new level of trust, intimacy, but it only happens when you rise in discretion and self-awareness of what you are down for, what you are attracting, so to speak. You're you're becoming new. You're becoming totally new. Yes, and your passion comes back. Remember I was talking, there's no passion. Yeah, okay. All right. So what do we need to do right now, today? Rest. We need to rest. I got it twice. Why? Because you have some hurt inside of you, and you're allowed to, and you're allowed to be resting, and you're allowed to take your damn time, and you're allowed to go out there and have fun. You're looking here in August, you're looking at a completely different worldview where you're considering something new for the first time, all the stuff we talked about, and it opens up your world in this way, and your perception. And it's so cute. It's almost like you're saying, I'll give it a chance. Give it a try. Maybe I'll date poor people now. I know, but do you know what I mean? It's like something shifts, and you're like, well, maybe I was a little too something. Maybe I wasn't that kind to myself. Maybe I should have been more self-protective. Maybe I should have something. Maybe I do need to let that thing go with my dad, right? Maybe I do need to not hold on, whatever. You're giving yourself greater opportunity, and it's gorgeous. Okay? You're amazing. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I'm on Patreon, link is below. Private readings, link is below. All the things are Bye.